Coming at you guys again. This your boy P9 coming at y'all from Poplar Bluff, the historic city, also known as the gateway to the Ozarks. And we about to walk around and get a vibe of the city. So stay tuned, kick it with P9, and let's get into it, shall we? Good afternoon, everyone. This is P9, and I'm coming at you guys from the historic downtown Poplar Bluff, Missouri, which is a city and county seat of Butler County in Missouri. Starting this vlog off right here outside of this historic building, which now houses a soul food restaurant known as The Kitchen, which was established in 2025. Soul food joint right here. And this nice mural, painted mural, welcome to historic downtown Poplar Bluff. Now, Poplar Bluff is also known as the gateway to the Ozarks. And it is a city that's located at the crossroads of US Route 60 and US 67. So a lot of historical sites that we're going to take in right here in Poplar Bluff. And Poplar Bluff is a smaller yet major city in the state of Missouri with a population of over 16,000 as of the 2020 census. So it's also known as the Bluff. So that's a nickname I'm pretty sure a lot of the locals refer to. Current mayor is Shane Cornman. So the original inhabitants of this land, of course, were the Creek, the Choctaws, the Shawnees, a lot of the Native American tribes, of course, until the French came over and the French set up settlements right here in the city of Pine Bluff. And the Spanish also came in, swooped in after the French controlled the area for about 30 plus years. And Poplar Bluff actually became the county seat of Missouri in Butler County in 1855. And the first courthouse was built here in 1855 as well. As we walk through downtown and see the beautiful shops, it's an art gallery right here called Artfully Framed. Nice artwork right there. There was a shoe repair shop over there. Jeans Bargain Store #1. Benvenido. Great things are coming to the downtown district. Stay tuned for Poplar Bluff. So apparently, according to this sign right there, a lot of great things coming, possibly more development. You have a modern shop right here. It's called the Foxtrot Coffee. Modern coffee shop, but it sits across this older building right here that was built. It's called the Begley Block. It's a red brick building that was erected in 1883, but was rebuilt in 1908 after a fire destroyed the original building. And as you're going to see right here, it housed the Hayes Music Store. back in 1957. So this once housed a Hayes music store. It's no longer there, of course. We're at the corner at Vine Street and Broadway Street. We're gonna go further down Broadway, this side of Broadway later on, but we're gonna continue down this part of Broadway. Right over there is a Haffey's Sports Bar and Grill. And over here, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if this is like an abandoned restaurant seating area, but it looks like some chairs are blown down. So I don't know if this is a seating area for Haffey's, the outdoor seating area, if it's still being used, possibly. But you see right here, they have this poster up, welcome to historic downtown Poplar Bluff, Haffey's Sports Bar and Grill. And it's crazy because I was listening to the local radio here in Poplar Bluff on my way into town, on my way into the city, and they actually had a radio ad for Haffey's. So apparently, and then again, there it goes right across the street. So apparently it's a local staple. They have daily lunch specials as advertised on that banner. But let's continue down this side of Broadway. Lots of things to unpack with this vlog. Myrtle's Place over there. So we approach the historic Rogers Theater. Very colorful building. It was built in 1949. Added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2001. As you can see, the ticket booth right here. So this is in the modern Art Deco style architecture. You can see the marquee right here. And this is still a functioning theater. Still a functioning theater right here, Poplar Bluff. So display boxes. They have the Opry at the Rogers Theater, where they have bluegrass, country, and gospel music, featuring local talent. Green and Grassy Bluegrass Band, the Southern Lights, Trifecta. And you also have Marvel Phelps, who performed on Saturday, May 30th, so that's past. Featuring Double Edge. They go Marvel Phelps right there, there goes Double Edge. And they had A Tale of Two Sextons, so this was a tribute to ZZ Top and Stevie Ray Vaughan that was performed here at the historic Rogers Theater back on Saturday, April 25th. Yeah. Display, and a lot of these display boxes were donated from different entities. This is a poster celebrating 75 years. So the Rogers Theater celebrated its 75th anniversary a couple of years ago in 2024. And this is a article when the theater first opened from the Daily American Republic. So I'm guessing that's the local publication, local newspaper right here in Poplar Bluff. And there goes the Rogers family. There goes Mr. and Mrs. L.W. Rogers, the proprietors and the founders of this theater. Yep, fine theater right here at the corner of Pine Boulevard and Broadway. There you go, the mahogany doors right here, the mahogany wood doors. The circle glass. Oh, Willie Nelson is supposedly, well, he had already performed. Looks like Willie Nelson performed here Saturday, June 21st, 2025. Wow. Yeah, Willie Nelson still doing his thing. Marvel Phelps again. And there goes the Rogers Theater 75th anniversary banner. Children's library. It's a children's library down that way. And there goes the county courthouse right there, Butler County Courthouse. See if we can go ahead and get closer up to it. Downtown Poplar Bluff. Bell's Bondsman. There's also a radio station right there, Clue 103.5, KZMH Z100, right at the end. And here's a historical marker that gives you more insight onto Poplar Bluff, which is located in the Ozark perimeter above Missouri's southeast lowland region. Poplar Bluff was laid out in 1849, we mentioned that earlier, as the seat of the newly organized Butler County. The town was named for its location in a forest of yellow poplars on the bluffs above the Black River, called L'Eau Noire by French trappers. Black River flows clear and swift above Poplar Bluff, murky and slow below, and the county is named for Mexican War General W.O. Butler. It was almost destroyed by guerrilla and troop foreigners during the Civil War, but Poplar Bluff's present development began with the arrival of the St. Louis, Iron Mountain, and Southern Railway, or the Missouri Pacific, in 1872. In the lumbering era of the 1870s to early 1900s, brought a second railroad, two banks, and the Black River. So the Frisco Railroad also ran through here. We talked about the Frisco in the Nettleton, Mississippi vlog. And part of the Butler County is now in Clark National Forest. And Poplar Bluff's growth continued with the agricultural economy that developed after the lumbering boom. Reclamation of Butler County swamp between the St. Francis and Black Rivers began with the 1913 Inter-River Drainage District, and the county produces rice, cotton, grain, livestock, and lumber. Now there's more at the back, but I just wanted to give you guys a synopsis of Poplar Bluff. And a lot of times you can actually view these markers on Historical Markers database. So I'm gonna also link that for those that are interested. They want to read these markers in its entirety. But yeah, nice looking courthouse built not long after Poplar Bluff's establishment. here. Poplar Bluff, all-American city. Prosecutor's office right there. So a couple of law offices over in this part of downtown. So there goes the railroad tracks over there. Again, historically served by the Iron Mountain Railroad and the Frisco train. Daily American Republic. So yeah, Daily American Republic, that's the newspaper, local newspaper here in Poplar Bluff in Butler County. Yeah, they have a commercial printing service over here. And there goes the newsstand. Man, these newspapers $1.50 nowadays. Talk about inflation. Wow. And there goes an abandoned building right there. Poplar Bluff School District. So this used to be a bank called the Bank of Poplar Bluff. So these are some more abandoned buildings. This looked like it potentially has some fire damage. Just when I looked up there in the upper level, it looked like it was some fire damage. It looked like some soot on the roof from my vantage point. I'm gonna walk down here real quick and come back down. This is Main Street. The Mamie Miller Building, built 1963, as you can see right here. It's a vacant space right here for sale or for rent, over 9,000 square feet. Yeah, and you have a local Mexican spot, J&C Flores. Okay, they have a business that's open right here, the Prom Closet. Come over here and get prom dresses and whatnot. Of course, they have some campaign sign right here. Vote LePew for a councilman at large. Now, this is the Southeast Missouri Behavioral Health. And it too is located in an old bank. You can see the night depository box right here. A telltale sign that this was a bank, but it's now occupied by the Southeast Missouri Behavioral Health. And so you see State Bank up there. But yeah, it's just the other side of Main Street across from the courthouse. But there's more to come, so stay tuned. Here we go, more abandoned buildings on Main Street. Approaching the historic railroad station, which also serves as an Amtrak. We'll get to that in a minute. But man, look at all of these. Look at all these boarded up buildings. I wasn't expecting that here in Poplar Bluff. But they do still have some character downtown, still have some life. They have this Royal Mimi's Cafe and Market, established in 2015. So a restaurant right here. It's a nice door too. It has a stained glass on it. Again, that's Mimi's Royal Cafe and Market. Now this is the Poplar Bluff Historic District. And they, as recent as 2015, had a grand staircase renovation. Now, here at the Poplar Bluff Historic Depot, the beautiful staircase is a reconstruction of the original depot stairs built in 1910. Thousands have used the steps as a gateway to and from downtown Poplar Bluff. After a century of deterioration, the depot steps could not be salvaged and were demolished in June 2015. This replica staircase was constructed to match the original design and was completed in November 2015. Now, this reconstruction was made possible by Butler County Commission sponsoring grants from Missouri Department of Transportation and contributions from local civic organizations, businesses, and individuals to the Poplar Bluff Historic Depot Restoration Corporation. So there was a whole bunch of local contributions from a myriad of individuals, as well, especially the Butler County Historical Society. So at the end of the day, the total cost for the reconstruction was over $500,000 and was completed by Concrete Strategies of St. Louis, Missouri, and the engineering for the project was provided by Smith & Company Engineers of Poplar Bluff. And here are all the local sponsors who contributed $3,000 or more. Again, you guys could freeze frame it if you want. Union Pacific, Shirley Davenport, and the Butler Historical Society, to name a few. So, yep, that's some information provided by that marker of this historic staircase. And here we go. Look, I'm about to walk down these steps. They don't seem to be too bad. It's not an insurmountable task like some of those courthouse steps. But yeah, I'm gonna walk down them and walk back up. And again, this does kind of have, the roof kind of gives like Spanish architecture, Spanish Revival architecture. Now this does look abandoned to an extent. I mean, it's very extremely old. Let me see, is this even open? Nope. Extremely old. But yep, this is it right here. This is the historic Poplar Bluff train station, train depot. Now here are the tracks right here. course. Now, the station itself was built back in 1910. Now, it does say that it's still a serviceable building. As you can see, they have the Amtrak sign right here for Poplar Bluff. And it's served by the Texas Eagle. So the Texas Eagle runs from Chicago, Illinois to San Antonio, Texas. And Poplar Bluff is one of the stops on that route, the Texas Eagle route. So, believe it or not, people, this is still a operable train station. Wow, it's crazy. But it looks abandoned. I'm not sure. If any of you guys that's from the area can weigh in and enlighten us on the condition of that, or on the status, unless this is just one of those stations that they don't have operable waiting room, the functional waiting room, but they have, it's just a stop. You can just come in and drop passengers off and pick passengers up. But I don't believe it's like a full service station. It's crazy. But very historic building nevertheless. Look, y'all, they turned what used to be property of the railroad into a public dog park, modernized public dog park. So apparently you can come over here, walk your dog, and let the dog play over here in this dog park. You can see there goes the station right there, and they also have a basketball hoop right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me get a little bit closer. And there goes a railroad bridge right there too. In between all those trees, it's a railroad bridge, and the tracks over here. And there goes the basketball hoop right here. Right outside the train station, right over here by the railroad tracks. Interesting location for a basketball court in a dog park, I must say. Over here in downtown Poplar Bluff. I was about to say Pine Bluff. Downtown Poplar Bluff, Missouri. About to check out this astounding artwork by Kinsey Woke. There's her information right there. It's Kinsey Woke. KinseyTheArtist.com. Now, I don't know. Kinsey, I'm not sure if Kinsey is a male or female, but regardless, this is an artwork by Kinsey Woke. KinseyTheArtist.com, a downtown Poplar Bluff Inc. project. So we about to check out Kinsey Woke's artwork, and this is very astounding. And of course, the artwork illustrates and symbolizes the culture of the city and the surrounding areas. Of course, you got the bear right there, the black bear. You got the river right there. You have the wildlife, the eagle, the deer. Mark Twain National Forest is nearby. Poplar Bluff, gateway to the Ozarks. And right here where the star is located, this red star, that is where Poplar Bluff is located within the state of Missouri. And I believe that's the cardinal right there. That's two individuals who's chilling in the water. Kayaking, canoeing. Goes Interstate 57, which is the major thoroughfare that runs nearby, the major interstate that runs nearby. Runs all the way up to Chicago and St. Louis. And here goes art by Kinsey Woke once again. Shout out to Kinsey Woke, KinseyTheArtist.com for this beautiful artwork. And there's also those who made donations to FCC Behavioral Health, Missouri Highlands Healthcare, and Home Depot. So those locals Gateway to the Ozarks, Poplar Bluff. Very nice artwork. I think there's some more over here too. Downtown Poplar Bluff. And here goes the old railroad station. Here's an illustration of it. Locomotive outside. The old Model T. Margaret Harwell Art Museum. I believe that's right here in the city. It's a railroad bridge over the water. And we saw this earlier in person, the Rogers Theater. So the artwork really brings a lot of vibrance and life to the city. St. Vincent de Paul thrift store and food pantry right here. I believe we have one of these St. Vincent thrift stores in Huntsville, Alabama. Apparently there's one right here in Poplar Bluff as well. There goes the Poplar Bluff Fire Department. Salute to them. Shout out to the fire department. Yo, they got a skate park over there. Check that out. See, look. It's a skate park right over there. That's sick. See a few skateboarders over there. I believe this is a bar right here, or a saloon. Let's see if it has a name on it. No, but it's a saloon though. Rescue mission right across the street. So they have a rescue mission, United Gospel Rescue Mission, as well as a thrift store. Feel some breeze in the air. Feels pretty good. Calm down the atmosphere a little bit. Calm down this heat. Budweiser. It's another like Spanish looking building, Spanish architectural building. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the Frisco Depot right here. Frisco Depot, completed in 1928. This replaced the original depot built by the Southern Missouri and Arkansas Railroad. The original one was destroyed by a tornado. But as you can tell, again, you can tell that Spanish architecture has some Spanish influence there. This is a Union Pacific car right here. Union Pacific. And this sits right across from the Black River Coliseum. That's the Black River Coliseum across the street. That's where they have aquatic and fitness. Aquatic and Fitness Center. Black River Coliseum, built in 1999. That's it right there. It actually faces the main drag right here. And I also feel like that they believe that this parking lot too is where they have a downtown farmers market. Yep, and they have a Veterans Memorial Wall over there as well, in front of the Coliseum. Yeah, they have the downtown farmers market, Saturdays from 8 to 12, May through September. So that's always good for these cities and towns to have farmers markets, because it provides the community with fresh food, fresh, organic, off the farm, grown food, nutritious food. So that's actually where they have the farmers market, like right over there. That's the building. It's like a four-door garage over there. But let's get back to this station. And I believe this is where we'll conclude the Poplar Bluff vlog. So yeah, so it is a Spanish colonial style architectural building. And here's the marker right here. Once again, completed in 1928. And it served Poplar Bluff until the Hawksey branch was abandoned in 1965. And the marker was actually presented in 1990 by the AMVETS Post 29 vets of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And the Frisco train also ran all from St. Louis all the way to San Francisco. And basically, here's a timetable right here. Frisco lines, train number 104 daily, 108 St. Louis, Memphis. So this is the Frisco line. And this property has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places. And here goes one of the wagons, the Railway Express Agency wagons right here. And this is the Frisco caboose right here. Ship it on the Frisco rail car. This is really dope. And guys, I had to sit down for a second, take a breather, and just, you know, take in this really nice sight. See, sitting in front of this railroad car, which is the Frisco. And yeah, there goes the Spanish colonial style architecture of the Poplar Bluff. I think that'll be the perfect thumbnail. Either that or this. And there goes the railroad crossing signal light right here. So I forgot to mention, this is a railroad museum. It's the Moark Regional Railroad Museum. Let me make sure I get the sign right here real quick. Moark Regional Railroad Museum, dedicated to the preservation of railroad history in Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas. So Northeast Arkansas is within close proximity. So they are part of the history. And I wanted to get this history right here real quick before we wrap things up here in Poplar Bluff. Now, on this site is where on May 9th, 1927, a tornado struck Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and 86 people lost their lives. Now, this memorial was placed in the year 2021 in remembrance of those lives lost and the day that changed Poplar Bluff forever. And shout out to all these major donors right here. Many of them are local, obviously. Butler County Historical Society, Joanne Githens Bates, Cape Electrical Supply, Larry and Ann Cottrell, Ron and Laura Dowd, Edmondson, Inns and Warren Law Firm, Jay and Terry Giddens, Roseanne Barber Huck, Larry Hillers Dodge, Dr. and Mrs. John R. Loghead, and Becky W. McRoberts and Charlotte W. Craig. I read all those names, but those are the major donors to this really nice monument. I'm glad that they commemorated the lives of those 86 who lost their lives on that tragic day in 1927. Right here in Poplar Bluff in front of this rail station. And with that in mind, good people, this will draw a close to this vlog. I'd like to thank you everybody for kicking it with me here in Missouri today and on this Poplar Bluff vlog in particular. Now, if you made it this far, make sure you tap the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you tap that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And once you hit the bell, make sure you tap all to get where you get notifications every time I drop a vlog or a live stream. With that in mind, good people, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.